Good morning, good evening, good night. Wherever you're watching this transmission, 'tis I, Mike Martins, your housing discussion guru. Welcome to another very special, important edition of Trends in the Housing Market. There is no place like home edition. And I want to thank everybody for supporting us, everyone for making this transmission happen and make it work. I want to appreciate all the people that have been coming in to visit me, people pouring in from all over the province to come in and see me. And I had somebody come in from like a 5-hour drive that was passing through or looking for a reason to pass through my town to come in and say hi and spend a couple hours with me in the shop. I really appreciate that, and I'm very happy that that this is happening. I'm very happy. Urban off-gridding, first guy in the comments. Very important addition to the channel, giving us some information on what is happening in Eastern Australia. Maybe we could get him on the show if he gets a chance sometime today. Demerod Hickey says, hi, Mike. Hi, guys. Everybody rolling into the comments. Trends in the housing market, kicking it at 5 minutes early. I'm going to try and action-pack this into 1 hour, guys, because I want to spend some time with the wife tonight and watch some TV together, hang out, Anyways, guys, thanks for joining me on the channel. On channel news, we got Mike in the Night from last week. In your opinion, what is the one event that changed the world? Don't forget to check that out. Then we got the Disappearing Middle Class. That's a really good show. Mike in the Night, Tariff Wars, the week before that. Mike in the Night, The Death of the Pension. Is Marriage Dead? Mike in the Night. And this one's really good. Mike in the Night, Australia, Darwin, Unloading New 5G Technology. Trends in the housing market was a really good, again, last week. Trends in the housing market was really good with Night Flight and Wash My Money before that. And Trends in the housing market, Let's Lower Rates. And that obviously goes to what's happening in Australia and in Canada. Oliver saying, hello, Mike, from a French, recently moved to the GTA. Hello. Bonjour. We got Soul Dexter. Hey, Mike, in the house. We got, lots going on the channel, guys. There's lots going on. A lot of people don't know how much this channel has. This channel has over 4,000 videos of just content and just talking, discussing points of views, what people think. Okay, let's move on. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Walking Journey. I'm going to see if I can get him on the show. I don't see him on Skype right now. I know he's been really busy, but I wanted to get him from here because of... Oh, Joe Beaver is in the comments from Oakville, Ontario. My man, Joe Beaver. JB. He's got my back, JB. That's a really good guy. Okay, buying a house buying a new house in Texas, $246,000. Here's his video. Let me just lower this. So there's all these new homes. They're about 200 grand for these. So this is the house he's looking at right here. Last week he had a house like this too. The house is big. It's fully finished. Doesn't need any renovations from what I see. It comes with a golf cart. And, these huge rooms for him and his family to enjoy. It's got central air, forced air. Lots of rooms everywhere. I mean, everywhere you walk around the house, there's a big room. House looks like it's about 35 to 4,000 square feet. Nice view, new development. And they're asking $246,000 for this house. And, I'm going to comment here. Love it. Don't forget to subscribe to The Walking Journey if you guys have a chance. All right. People are here. People are showing up. So that's Walking Journey. Look at all that. 7, 8 bedrooms right there for him to enjoy with his family. It looks really good. I'm happy for this guy. I'm very proud of him. He works very hard for his family. And... $246,000. See, that's what people want to pay for homes, not because they want to be cheap. It's because they don't want to spend their entire lives buying a house. So here it is, Walking Journey's house. Beautiful house. Let's look at the outside. $246,000. It's big. It's got a big yard, big front yard. Nice neighbors, it looks like. Let me see what is he pointing at here. Here we go. There we go. Look at that. Perfect house for him and his family. 3,000, almost 4,000 square feet, I'm thinking here. And, I just wanted to throw this out for you guys. All right, we got Cognitive Rue. Woo! It's Mike. Greetings from Australia. Greetings to my friends down under. Form a Fist, guys. Don't forget to check him out. I like this guy a lot. Buy now or wait. Is it worth to buy real estate in 3 years? Do the calculation. Hong Kong immigration pipeline. Canadian real estate moving up again. Montreal, Ottawa. Check out Formafist if you do get a chance. He's a really good guy. He's really on the ball when it comes to things. Guys, I'm on Minds.com. I'm never on Facebook anymore. So if you're on Minds.com, it's free, and you get paid in tokens for posting stuff. And the more views you get, the more you get here. 1 token, you get a shout out on Mike of the Nights. 3 tokens are over, you get a shout out on both shows. And 6 tokens, I'll read your story online. If there's a story you want me to read, donate 6 tokens, and I will read it and take the time to research it too. And don't forget to follow me on Patreon. I want to thank my 8 supporters and Juan Hernandez, my newest addition to the channel. If you want to join the family, donate $1 a month to buy me coffee. Here it is. And here I am on Subscribestar. All right, in the markets, what we have going, S&P and Toronto Stock Exchange fell 59 points today, closing at 16,312. S&P, same thing, down 3.6 points today at 2,913.78 after a nice long decent run. It closed in the negatives. Dow down 11.4 points, down 0.04%, down to 26,536 with a nice long 1 week run of gains. Canadian US dollar 76 cents. I am very surprised the Canadian dollar's it went up a cent against the US dollar. Very surprised, but we did get our pipeline approved and other things. Crude oil sitting at $59 from a week long of gains. Bitcoin sitting at $16,339 Canadian. That's a lot. That's in Canadian dollars. That's about 13,000 US. Gold sitting strong at $1,411. Will we see a $1,500 gold? Will we see $1,500 gold by Christmas? That's what I'm kind of forecasting. $1,500 gold by Christmas, giving it a new 11-year high. Russell 2000 down 3.26 points. And 10-year bond kind of somewhat of a movement uptick above 2%. Still too low. Too low. Volatility down 0.07 points sitting at 16.21. And Canadian euro has gone up. And that's it. I wanted to kind of throw out some markers here and some market information. Okay, so there's quite a few things I want to throw out here before I get into very seriousness here in trends in the housing market. This one's very important, guys. Liberals mortgage help first-time homebuyer land September 2nd. Guys, you need to understand that they need to get first-time homebuyers into the market because it's a flat market without first-time homebuyers. So, want to send shout-outs. Here we go. Cognitive Ruse here. Gary Madirsh. Hey, Gary. Good to see you, brother. Jordan Rentro, Montreal. Woo! Brother John, yo, Mike in the house, and Briggs, woo! Bitcoin is back, baby, says Low Roller Scratcher. Low Roller Scratcher is our Bitcoin discussion master. I got to get him on the channel because all he talks about is Bitcoin, and he still watches my show, regardless if I don't talk about Bitcoin. So it's kind of have him here. Archie Bunker, good evening. It's so good to see you. And Bitcoin show this weekend. Yeah, we're going to do a Bitcoin we're going to do a 2-part show. We're going to do Bitcoin, so we have more people calling on different topics. So we're going to be doing Bitcoin and Bitcoin and maybe off-gridding. I don't know. We'll find out. But so far, Bitcoin is on the agenda for this week. So let's read some headlines here from Bloomberg Real Estate. The 32-year-old Daniel... Here, where's this? Where did that go? Oh my God, I lost it. So liberals need to help. Why is the government helping people buy houses? Why are they? Why? People shouldn't need government support to buy a house. Why? It just goes to show you we're going to hell. Our economy is going to hell, and jobs are not paying what they should be. Liberals mortgage help for the first-time buyers land September 2nd. Okay, let's see what this is. Ottawa. The federal Liberals say in new program that they'll help new buyers pay for their first home will kick in on Labor Day. The program that will help cover some mortgage costs will be... Why? Lower the price of the damn houses. Stop pushing these stupid false narratives. Right here. That's what it is, right there. The program that will help cover some mortgage costs available September 2nd, only weeks before the October federal election. The government plan will see a pickup of 5% mortgage on existing homes and households that earn under $120,000 a year on a mortgage or more than 480 large. Okay, let me go over this real quick and I'll go back to the comments. If plans cover up to 10% of the spur construction for new homes, this isn't any interest to the federal money. A buyer will have to repay it. Repay it if they sell their house after 25 years of living in the home. So there it is, guys. There's Toronto for you right there. Woo! That looks really nice, eh? You live in there. You have your little house. You drive around. God forbid there's a backup in the sewer or something. Whew. That's a Texas size 10-4, Mike. Fatman 2434 in the house. Laura Scratch is saying walking journey. Call in since you got a new house. Yeah, I was actually covering his house right here. Always watching Walking Journey, guys. Yeah. Oh, do support government's incentives work for first-time buyers? No! Here we go. 56%. So here's the poll. Yes, no, and it's not enough to make a difference in the priciest markets. Yeah, they didn't give me that option. Of course it's not. Putting a Band-Aid on the problem is not going to solve it. It's kicking the can down the road. And they're doing it with our damn houses, and they're stealing our damn futures. Reset the damn market so people can get into it. I don't care if my house goes down to... I bought my house for $260. Okay? I don't care if it goes down to $1. I have a house to raise my family, a gigantic backyard. I got pretty much 10 bedrooms in this damn place, 7 bathrooms. I don't care. I want a place to raise my family and lay roots. Homeownership party ultimately comes to an end. Time to ditch homeownership dream. The debate rages on. How realtors in Vancouver, once hot housing market, are finding ways to sell homes. Oh yeah, I covered that. Oh, I'm going to pay your expenses for a whole year. Yeah. Yeah, I pay for a whole year. Google pledges US $1 billion to tackle Bay Area housing crisis. Well, it's starting to pop up in their backyards. Vans, motorhomes, everywhere. One tycoon was wrongly ensnared in the Vancouver dirty money probe. Yeah, you're gonna get innocent people involved, right? Home ownership exclusive for young Canadians who fear growing broke. Liberals seeking to make home buying more affordable for millennials. It's not gonna work. Millennials should be the cream of the crop when it comes to making money. Walking Journey, here he is in the comments. Socialism doesn't work. And there's the home he's buying. I covered your home this before you came on the show. And all right, let's move on to Better Dwelling. So I kind of wanted to throw this, and we'll get into a little bit of partying here tonight on the show. Don't worry. I'll lose it a bit tonight. Walking Journey, my brother in the house. So happy to see him here in the comments. All right. Canadian real estate price growth looks absurd when compared to bubbly U.S. cities. The Canadian real estate price growth is absurd compared to the U.S. So here it is. Look at Vancouver. Look at Toronto. Look at Los Angeles. No, that's Montreal, sorry. Los Angeles is way down. San Francisco, Seattle, New York City. Nowhere in comparison to these great Canadian cities. Seattle and San Francisco. So let's do a little bit of shopping today. I want to do a little bit of shopping here. So we're going to go into Walking Journey territory here. So I've been looking at a couple of homes there in Walking Journey territory. And I found this really nice one here, 336. It's a very nice home. Doesn't look like it needs anything. I took a look at this earlier. Another one is 325. This is a nice house for 325. Like, this is like a Grand Slam house, guys. Absolute Grand Slam. Look at that entrance, the atrium, the windows, the great room. Now that's a house, guys, right there. Look at that. Beautiful open concept. There's, I think, 3 kitchens in this house. Really nice. It's about 4,000 square feet. Beautiful home in Texas there. A lot of people are moving to Fort Worth right now. And if you guys like to, you know, hit the pool once in a while, this house is really nice for $319, 5 bedrooms, 2,500 square feet. Most of the house is outdoor, which is nice. And then you got a nice, comfortable 5 bedrooms. And you're looking at a place like this, you're looking at with property tax about $1,900 a month. That's including everything for a 15-year mortgage. Nathan Mao says, dude, it's Texas. We can't buy there. No, but what I'm talking about, it's not that. It's that we need to start assessing the value of properties of what they're really worth. When someone looks at this house, this is $325. And they're like, wow, that's so cheap. Somebody from the north, like here in Vancouver. Wow, $325, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, 3,500 square feet. Wow, that is so cheap. No, it's not. Because that's what it's worth. Bedrooms all over the place. Oh, look at the pool. Oh, man. Dude, you're totally partying in this place. Dude, that's a party pool, man. Jeez Louise, man. Look at this nice pool here. All right, fine. We'll get out of Texas. We'll go to... I like New Mexico because I like the architecture. So let's go to New Mexico, see what we could find. It's a nice one. $194. 5 bedroom, 4 bath. Holy crap, that's like $700 a month, guys. I like these kind of homes. I always like looking at these kind of homes, guys. These kind of old, rustic. Oh, it's really nice inside. Look at the ceilings. $900 a month to buy this baby. 5 bedrooms. All right, tell me what state you guys want to check out, you know, because, like, but we go to Canada, there's no point. Everything's like $1 million, you know, so, like, you go anywhere, it's like $1 million, you know. I heard Utah's good, too. So here is Utah. Great starter home. See, Gary Medeiros, this is what he wants. Nice starter home for his family. 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, almost 3,000 square feet. Lots of room here. So he's looking for something like this. Payment about $700 a month. That includes property tax. Let's see what else we got here. I didn't change states. I'm sorry. Let's Arizona. Look at this. $294. Almost 3,000 square feet. A massive backyard. Hardwood floors. Wow, look at the backyard, guys, for the kids. Wow, that's a big house. Wow, Jim Watery just super chatted me. $10. Thank you, brother, for that. I really appreciate that. Our man Jim, thank you for that. I never get really super chats ever, so it means a lot to me. And Walkie Journey says, we don't want Canadian-style socialism in Texas. That's why we have affordable housing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Walkie Journey just brought it up right there. So we got, how do you suggest a U.S. green card? Buddy, if you have a degree in something that matters, go down, you'll be fine. And get a company to sponsor you. Or marry an American, fall in love, or get a tax ID number and maybe get a job or something, or open your own company. Or if you own a company in Canada, get an L1 visa. Whoa! Jarvis Storm sent me another super chat for $5. Thank you so much, Jarvis. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That means a lot to me. It really does. I got 2 super chats on one discussion. That's just made history for me today, right here, guys. Tonight on Trends in the Housing Market. Yeah, so there's so much. What do we got going on here? Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, shoot. Right here. Look at that. 279. Anyways, let's move on. We'll do some shopping on another show. Okay, so, and RBA, and they lowered rates, of course. And they're lowering interest rates in Australia, and it's not good. Here's another forecast for the RBA to cut rates another 3 times this year. So if you're living in Australia, you're in a bit of trouble right now, especially when they're lowering rates like this. Yeah, Mikey making it rain. Yeah, exactly. eBanQ is right on the money. A lot of nice looking houses for reasonable prices. That's it. We're not asking for free housing. We're just asking to be fair. Like, hey, we don't want free housing, but here, yeah, let me pick this up here. You know, like something I want to raise my family and not have to go into, and then right now, what they're doing in Salt Lake City, Utah, they passed a law where they want to start doing medium to small density housing. And wow, Crane Standing says Mike in the night for $4.99. Oh my god, everyone's super chatting me tonight. I've never had anyone super chat me 3 times in a night. Thank you so much, people. Low Roller Scratcher said, I heard a lot of Chinese buying up property and business in the Philippines. I heard in the news. Yes, my wife and I will go back and we'll go check it out. Fat Man says, just asking for a chance to own a house doesn't have to be fancy. Yeah, you just want to... Look, if you work full-time, you see Canada, and I know... Okay, we're not going to put U.S. in this equation, but in Canada, even Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, all you had to do was work, and you had everything. It didn't have to be a high-end doctor job, a practitioner... something in pharmacy. No, all you have to do is get a good job, work hard, get promoted within your company, enjoy life, enjoy people around you, enjoy company. And yeah, that's all you had to do. And you had everything. You had your car insurance paid, you had your house, you paid off in 10, 15, 20 years. You sold your starter home, bought a bigger home. See, Briggs is saying he'd take a 1-bedroom. He's not asking to change water into wine, Yeah, Walkie Journey say, Low Roller Scratcher used to super chat. You won money. What? He won money in the lottery? Holy crap. Okay, Sydney Housing Squeeze prompts to push for medium density. So they're pushing this narrative that, well, it's going to have to be right here. Boxes. Boxes in the sky. Boxes. All right, let's see if we can get somebody. Let's see if we can get a few people on the show here. Looks like there's a lot of people on here. Where's Urban Housing? Urban Off-Grid Living. Are you there, buddy? Oh, Solid Exter. Let me see if I can get him here. Get him on the show. Let's see if I can get Solid Exter. He's in the comments. He's on Skype right now. I'd like to hear from him. Never heard from him before. Solid Exter, you just messaged me. Go ahead and turn on your mic there. I'd like to have you on the show. I'd like to have people on the show to get... Moby can't come on the show tonight. He's driving out of town. Let me see who here. Mostly these people are for Mike in the Night. See what else we got. Urban Off-Gridding. Here we go. My man. dice. Nobody home. Guys, add me on Skype. Mike Martins 1980. Send me a few one-liners to let me know what's going on, where you're at, and what do you want to talk about. I got Supreme Cannon. Let's see what he's up to. Let's see if we get him on for 10, 15 minutes if he's not in jail. Microphone is not picking up sound. My microphone is not picking up sound? Alright guys, hold on. Let me fix this. What the hell's going on with my microphone? It's not picking up sound. Alright, let me go to guys. This is my fault. I don't know why, but every time I go into this, I always have to set my microphone up. And I'm not sure why. Here we go. My microphone should be working. It just does this every time. It doesn't save it Okay, microphone, where are you? High definition. Here we go. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get somebody back on the show. We had Urban Off-Gridding calling me. It's calling on my thing here. Hold on. Supreme Cannon. All right, hold on a sec. Let's get Urban Off-Gridding on first. I don't know what time it is where he's at. Let me see if it works here. Test, 1, 2. Hello? How are you?
Mate, good.
Good. All right, so what's going on in your neck of the woods? Tell us where you're at and tell us what's going on.
Well, we were talking about this last week because I was just eating my lunch and I was watching the show and then I had to go. That's why I couldn't answer last time. But what we were talking about was we were out, went north to the snowfields of Victoria. Took the kids tobogganing and me for the first time. It's not like Canada here. We only got snow in a few spots. So got to take what you can get. Anyway, we were coming back and we were driving through the back suburbs of Melbourne. And you know when you go down what used to be an old country road, but now there's diggers and there's new power poles and, you know, they're going through the process of updating it all. Mm-hmm. Allowing for the new suburbs. So I went, oh, that's interesting, but I can't see anything. And then we came over a rise and the sea of grey tiled wooden framed, so they're only half built houses. And I just looked at it. It just looked like a sea of negative equity because all these places, I looked at it and went, oh man, like it just, because you've done stories on people are just either walking away from their deposits, people are scrambling to get the money, you know, they've dropped or they've already dropped. People were paying $400,000 for 500 square meters, and you know they've dropped out. The bank's going, no, it's worth 400 now. You've got to make up the extra 100,000, and these people are scrambling to get the money, or they're just walking. And I'm just looking at it, going, man, it just. And we all going, oh, it's just going to take something to trigger this off. Last week, drones either supposedly are not being shot down, oil tankers getting hit, so the fuel price is getting affected. Mm-hmm. Here they're dropping interest rates, but it's not, well, the RBA did independently of the government supposedly, but obviously not. But that's not going to help. So they're trying to suck in first-time buyers here again. Just to add to that thing, there's no trains, there's no buses. They're promising schools, but I bet you they don't build them. It's just going to be this wasteland. And it's interesting. I've been watching YouTube stuff on the Great Depression in America, and it's just, and plus other videos on what happened in Ireland before the GFC. And right. People from Ireland here are going, it's Groundhog Day. It's all the same stuff. Same back. I mean, it was shares back then, but housing was going through the roof. And I'm just going. I want to remember that image I had when I drove over the rise of all those houses, because once it all starts falling apart, and they will sacrifice. I mean, they're saying they're going to sacrifice the Australian dollar going down to try and keep everything ticking along. But if we have like the pound crisis, where was it Salento, where the bond king made all that money all those years ago when the bank was trying to thing. They'll do what they'll need to do. Oh, see, that's what was interesting about the Depression, where the government was the Hoover deal and the Great Deal and all that type of stuff, how all the money still went to The same class of people that are making all the money now.
Yes.
So it's not going to all the workers, and it's not going to even the middle class. It went to that group of people, and even during the Depression, when they were pulling out, even back then, millions and millions of dollars, guess who it went to? So I see those suburbs of just they're wastelands. They're just going to be wastelands, and just so I mean, we even went looking at farmland on the way back from the snowfields. But like I said last time, we've got to stay where we are because we've got such a good high school for the kids. But I tell you, as soon as that's done, we're out of here. And so I think in the meantime, we'll just try and buy some land cheap, build our yurt, and then bigger house, over time, and get the gardens and aquaponics and shit happening, and just mate. But anyway, I've just got to trying to do some things. See, so even I don't know what's like being like there, but even the workplaces here, very casualized, lots of contracts, really unsettling, and nobody feels safe in their job.
No, of course. Back in the day, back 20, 30 years ago, you could speak up at work when something wasn't right or where someone's being fairly mistreated. Nowadays, you speak up, you lose your job, and you could be on the streets.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And so everyone's a bit sort of and so it's just. Just the rhetoric, but yeah, no, I mean, look, they're still over at Box Hill, like we looked at last time. That tower's going again, so somebody's obviously bought it. Suburbs around Sydney, builders are going break. Oh, what was it? In the last, I wanted to tell everyone this. In the last month, 100 builders in Australia have gone bankrupt.
Yeah, I was looking at that article. It was 103 builders.
103, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing. So, but anyway, they're still throwing them up. But the other thing is, and this could be a big trigger, is no doubt you saw the Mascot Tower. So we had the Opal Tower earlier.
Yeah, now I made a video called "Another Leaning Tower of Sydney."
good title.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one in Canberra where they $600,000 for the units. Within months, the floor cracked.
What's it called?
Bottom. Oh, mate. Shit, I can't remember. Like it's in Canberra, but it's. I'll try and find it and send it through. But it's so there's two car parks, like a lower floor and a second lower floor. The lower floor's full of props to keep the upper floors up. They can't take them out, and they're going. It might cost about $9 million to fix it. So it's going to be 75,000 each, or some ridiculous number. That's going to break people. That are here, people who are from overseas, they're like, well, keep it, and then poof, they're gone. But it was interesting. I was watching another thing on San Francisco with the tech housing down there, which no doubt you've covered, but I didn't see those ones. But they got the same problem, like families, like beat up asbestos-ridden houses, and they asked 1.2 and got 1.8.
Yep. So this has happened right from the top of Vancouver, Canada, all the way down to the border of San Diego, Mexican Tijuana border. The whole West Coast has been being bought out for the last 10 years. Did you watch my very important video called about Australia? 63 billion laundered in Australia?
No, not yet. I saw it was there. Not yet.
You want to watch that one because I recite or I reread an article from 2012 or 13.
Yeah.
And it's pretty bad. And they already knew it was pretty bad, and they basically sold everybody out.
Oh yeah, of course. Because you think about it, like, of course they're going to turn a blind eye because we pay stamp duty when you buy a house here, which used to be to cover the paperwork, but now it's just a cash cow. Like everyone from local council up to federal, they're all getting money from it. So really, why do they care? They don't. They just cashing in, so they do all this other stuff. Like in Sydney, they wanted to knock down the Olympic Stadium and replace it. It's like 10 years old. It's because the money's just put. It's another monument to the politicians there. But this is just the thing, mate. So that's what I mean. That's what we're doing. Like I've got to go back to uni. I've got to retool. Like I'm in telco, so I worked at a couple of the telcos here in defence, but my skills are out of date. I've got to retool, and then so I'm not working, but luckily my wife is. But I'll get another job, but it'll be another contract job, and we're just going to save our money because again, like most of the people that dial in here, we just can't stomach paying Like you, that's why you moved. Although you just can't stomach paying. But it's funny, every time when we were up the snowfields and driving around the country towns, they reminded me of Marriott. And I was thinking of you going, like, this is what Mike did. I want to be
Yeah.
like Mike. I want to be Mike. It's like, so I've started buying all this house. No, but yeah, just that lifestyle and stuff. And like I said, if it, we're doing the right thing by the kids, otherwise we'd be out of here. So it's
Yeah.
just, and we'd come in to see shows and stuff. That'd be it.
Yeah,
Um,
if you feel like it, but there's so much to do in the like here in Merritt. There's a lake a day here, a lake a day, and there's so much to do around the area that whole Hollywood thing and the whole watching your weekly soap opera it starts to fade after when you got so much to do around you.
Yeah. Life changes. You like, you come home from old work. You just want to zonk,
Hmm.
and zombie out. Like just so you. I think you're right. So those things feed that. They meet that need. But yeah, like you're saying, that change of lifestyle. All of a sudden, you got time to do other stuff. So, I mean, you've
Imagine
got
not
that.
being stuck in traffic for 6% of your life.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, that was the thing. When I was in Sydney, I was commuting 4 hours a day in the car. My poor little Mazda 2 was copping 700 k's a week, but I had to. Like we were trying to get reasonable house prices, but the wave just went up and over the Blue Mountains, which if you head west from Sydney, um, it was 2.5 hours where houses were getting ridiculous, but in towns with no employment. So it's just, but then by the same token, as the prices come down, the wave's coming back in. So, and that's where these people are getting this negative equity. So, but there's a million people in Australia with mortgage stress now. Um, like right across from Perth all the way across, type of thing. So it's nationwide. Darwin's copped it, and even some suburbs in Sydney, they're dropped 30%. So,
Yeah,
but that's the specific. The overall averages don't show that. So,
but they
anyway, bud.
never, and they deleted so many of my videos from 2014,
Yes,
2013, me telling
yeah.
people about this stuff.
Yeah, I noticed too on your videos, if you hit like, you don't get the number of likes, you just get your like.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like it's weird what's going on. I'm not sure if they're deregulating certain channels, but
yeah.
I know my channel's on the deregulation list, even though I'm talking mainly about housing.
Well, it's funny. I was watching something on an aeroplane from World War II, or Avenger or something, and the presenter there was saying he's also been demonetized, and he's just doing videos on American World War II aircraft. I think YouTube is. Have you ever heard the term snatching defeat from the jaws of victory?
Yes. Who said that?
Uh, I'll claim it, but not me. I don't know, somebody. I thought it was an Australian thing. That's what YouTube's doing. Like they go, oh, this is really good. How can we wreck it?
Yeah.
And they go, oh, that video is so innate. Like that. I mean, in a way, he was talking up the American aircraft. So he was, saying good things about the American aircraft industry and how they won the war. And he's been demonetized. Like, so what is it? Like, is it if it's unless it's unicorns and fluffy pink things, they don't want to know about it. Like, or maybe your shopping trips. Maybe you should do that. Go buy shoes and put videos about that on. Maybe
Well, let's
you'll
see
go
what's
back
going
normal.
on right now, and let's go here. Trending. Let's see what's trending right now. Okay, let's check and see. Visiting Kumbaracha. YouTubers react. Tom Holland answer most search questions. Styling each other for Paris Fashion Week.
That's
Ultimate
like,
barbecue sauce taste test. Try not to laugh. Challenge 25. Putting on a red dress. My hit list. Worst makeup.
yep.
That's
So
what's happening
rubbish.
right now.
Yeah, no, it's gonna. And it's funny with Minds when I signed up. For a while there, I kept getting a 503 bad gateway error, and I thought, have they blocked Minds as well? But it's back.
Yeah, Mines is being blocked in Australia and parts of Australia right now. Mines is up here right now in Canada. It might be look
Yep.
like because we're gonna go back to my old name for Australia was Penal Colony 1114.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, PC Colony,
Uh,
Penal Colony
uh,
1114, and I think it was New Zealand is 1115.
yes. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what's going on. I mean, like trying to stay positive. I mean, we'll as the Great Depression showed, the country will come through it. But if I have to make shoes out of cardboard with tire soles, like wow, which is what they did. That's what people forget.
Mhm.
Like it decimated. I mean, we on this channel we all know because we're educating ourselves, but So many people, and even my wife was talking to one of her co-workers, and he's like what housing problem? Houses are good. She's like, what? Like this was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
He still thinks everything's all good. You go like, okay, mate, you go and
Delusional.
buy. Yes,
Who
okay.
said this?
He's a professional guy. I won't get too detailed, but he's a professional guy, and they were driving back from a meeting. So he's good, like good guy. He's thinking it's all good, and that's the thing, like those towers collapsing. Oh, because there's the same problem in normal houses. It's not just specific to the towers. It's things like fire cladding, and they're not putting, obviously the Rio's not right, and the concrete and all this type of stuff, gaps in the walls and stuff. It's not just the towers, it's the urban dwellings as well. And just like a car, when you first buy it and the tires are still black, it's beautiful. But give it 10 years and kids in the back and dogs and stuff, not so nice. Like it wears out. It's not so shiny anymore. At the moment, they're all still shiny, but all this stuff's going wrong. So it's interesting to watch. Like
It's an
hopefully
interesting time to be alive, that's for sure.
true. Agreed. And it'd be interesting to see what sort of goes on. I say with sort of Trump and China stuff, because that will impact. The ripples will flow out.
Well,
And
Trump
hit
and China, China was going to have to they're going to have to deregulate China somehow, somewhere, because they're using their I guess their saber rattling for the
Yes.
wrong
Yep.
things. They're persecuting Christians. They're doing a lot of social credit scores. They're going the wrong way, and we don't want to be part of any of that garbage, and we don't want it in our Western countries.
No, agreed. I mean, same thing with those guys. Their houses are ridiculous too. Their flats are it's this flood of money that these cheap bonds, and that's the asset class that has gone up. It's not tech stocks anymore. It's not even the dollars. Like I'm watching the forex, and they're all just floating along. Although they did dive when that drone, the US dived when that drone got shot. But it's not artwork; it's houses.
Yeah.
So just it's got to get pulled out. I mean, I guess in one way is a war, I guess, but I hope not, mate.
Digital book burning, buddy. That's how they burn books
Yeah,
nowadays.
yeah, good term. Yeah, that's a good term. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Digital
that's
book
exactly
burning.
right.
That's what's going to happen. They're going to remove
Yep.
us. And 100 years from now, I already brought this up on Mike in the Night. 100 years from now, Iraq did have weapons of mass destruction, and the U.S. went there
Yeah,
to free the world.
yeah. And
Why?
here's the Lego.
Do you know why?
So,
Because me and you won't be alive to tell people that that's a
that's
lie.
right. Yeah, I know. I know. It would just be just something in the yeah. It's like when bush rangers and outlaws become heroes.
Yeah,
Because the victors make the history, mate. The
that's
victors make the
correct.
history. And it seems to be a certain class of people, which is not you and I.
Right.
They'll rewrite the history. But anyway, bud, my sausage rolls are going cold.
Okay, go.
So,
Thanks, Urban
yeah,
Upgrading. I appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah, cool, buddy.
Good night.
See you, Mike. Bye, mate.
Yeah.
Bye.
That's Urban Offgrading from just outside of Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne, Australia. In one of the suburbs there. There's an oversupply of housing. We got lots of good comments. I'm going to read them out right now. Brett Watson says banks will never save the housing markets with rates so low. Never happen. And if you go to zero economy stuff, people out of jobs, and anything to do with housing will be massive. Cognitive Rue, Mike Martins, in 2016, 50% of all housing transactions were foreign buyers, now less than 1%. Cognitive Rue says, a move to the country, even better to buy a commercial farm. Supreme Can says, Abraham Lincoln said that about General Burnside. That was the quote we said earlier. Supreme Can says, never mind the economic and social collapse. Here's a guy pouring gravy down his pants. Yeah! Woo! What's trending? Heinz combo sauce taste test! Whew! That's it. We're going to war with Korea. It's over. Heinz combo sauce taste test has officially put us into war with Korea. Norway wants to get rid of timekeeping. They don't want to keep time in Norway. That's clever, actually. That is very clever. $100,000 PC. Wow, I might watch this later because I want to see what $100,000 buys you in a computer. Wow. But that's about it. I mean, everything else here is like cardboard box boat race. Why? Okay. Nobody cares. All right. Let's move on here. Let's get our next caller in. Trends in the housing market with Mike Martins. Woo! Jimmy B 747, I just got here. Let's a big woo woo. Anyways, this reminds me of this Walking Journey's house. This reminds me of when I had people visit. Check this out. I got some people visiting my store this week. Yeah, I'm gonna spend some time once in a while going over the videos I did because people need to watch some of these, especially when it's being brought up in the comments. And where is it? Ranson Life. Off the coast, you guys built a. Mike Martin's here.
Mike Martin channel.
Mike Martin channel. Woo!
Woo! Yeah, I got some people visiting. They're leaving.
Channel. Woo!
Woo! Yeah, I got some people visiting. Blobfish King says, my sister paid $700 large for a 3-bedroom unit in Brisbane, Australia. She thinks prices are rising. Oh, no way, man. Let's go back to delusional Mike. Does the place she look like, did it look like this house? This is half the price of your sister's house. The guy that's, this is 6 bedrooms, 3 baths. I'm surprised there's no picture of the front of the house. Beautiful pool. I would buy this house. I won't even look at the front of it. I don't care. For 340 grand, 6 bedrooms, 3 bath. Oof, this one's beautiful. It's got this nice stone entryway here. 215,000, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. Oh, it's a beautiful house. Look at that hardwood flooring, shining, gleaming. Oh, big house. Look at this one. Blob King Fish King says, hey Mike, nothing like that. 315, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, almost 4,000 square feet. Look at this, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, all right. Oh, there's Trudeau popping up here, little Trudeau. Here we go, keep going. Look at that pool in the back. Oh, just go sit in the back in the pool, relax, make some phone calls. I get one of those floating things. You remember when Axel Foley stole that house in Beverly Hills Cop 2? And just sit there, have the radio playing, have a little bit of pina colada on the side, on my right side there, and the cup holder in that floating thing in the pool, and just sit there. 315, woo! Look at that, 315, baby. Hey, you got 315 grand? You can't buy nothing in Vancouver. You could buy that in the States. Yeah, I mean, we could do this all day, man. We could do this all day. Nashville. I like Nashville. Oh, if you like horses and stuff, look at this. That's what I'm talking about, people. 2 air conditioners to cool that place. Big. Look at the shop. Look at the size of that shop. Wow, atrium type room. Well, the house is 3,000 square feet. That's why. Okay, here we go. This one right here. Yeah. 250 grand. I mean, you could party with this thing. I mean, you could have a few parties here, have a good time. Instead of spending $3 million on a teardown, you could buy that. You know, just take it easy. And someone says that house was on 10 acres. Yeah, well, yeah, hello. You know, you guys gotta, pay attention to these things. It's very important, And so many. You could get. I like, for me, my choice, I would like to go to southern Georgia, like right here. Just close to the Florida border. The Valatosta area. And buy something a little bit more historical. In this area. Something historical. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I can find something like more of a plantation. A plantation style house. Look, I mean, you could pick up your contemporary type house. Look at that. 304 grand. 4,000 square foot house. House is enormous. Look at all the rooms. It's got a library. It's got a den. It's got kitchen's bigger. Kitchen. Look at this. Look at the bathtub in the middle of. Look at that. Hey man, what are you doing? I'm taking a bath. Go ahead and use the bathroom. You won't see me on this side of the wall. It's like, yeah, Look at the back of the house. Look at the windows. Holy smokes. Yeah, good luck getting something like that for $304,000 anywhere north of the border. else we got here? Yeah, I would like to think like more historical. I'll show you what I would like. I don't want this because this looks like a cat lady's type house. I want something more plantation type. See if I can find something here. Plantation type. That one is kind of a plantation type. Yeah, it's on 5 acres, yeah. For $189. A lot of nice houses here for under $300,000. I'm not finding my type house. I don't know why, but I'm in the deep south. Something semi-off-grid. Something you could grow tobacco. Like, I would like to grow tobacco and stuff like that, you know, in my lifetime, just one time. Kind of like a plant. Like, this type of house is kind of like a plantation look type of house. It's got the old gable-type roofs up top here. You see the gable-type roofs there? And the attic is a finished attic. That's what I want like this. A southern style. You got your wainscoting borders around, your chair rails. There's your wainscoting there. Crown moldings, that kind of type of house. This would be something like this. This house is almost 4,000 square feet, and you're looking at $1,200 a month to maintain that house. That's including your mortgage payment and stuff. I'm just trying to see here, something southern. I gotta go further south then. Oops. 160 grand, 5 bedrooms, 2 baths. Excellent starter home. Oh, now we're getting into palm trees, guys. Lots of mansions here for just under 200,000 I'm seeing here. Man, I'm not finding any plantations here. Here we go. Finally. Holy crap. There you go. That's what I want to have. I'll grow some tobacco in the backyard. 287,000, 6 bed, 4 bath, 6,120 square feet. And in Louisiana, $1,261 a month, and that covers your property tax. So let's take a look at this. It's got the gable roofs up top. You could barely see it up there, but they're there. This is definitely a type of house I would like, a plantation style house. And yeah, that's definitely, yeah, oh yeah. The walkways along the side of the house. Yeah, that's something definitely right there. You know, kids to play. The old porches, the old screen porches they used to have back in the day. Oh yeah, I'd restore that. I would never change that. I would never, ever, ever change that. I would restore all that and clean it, sand it, paint it. Look at the inside. It's got a grand entrance. So when you got an entrance with 2 sides like that, there's a great entrance and that's a grand entrance with 2 sides to get you up to the next flight of stairs, to the next level. It's a beautiful house. So this is something I would definitely. I think that's the servants' quarters. That's not even for. Yeah, there you go. You have your great room there. You could use for a ballroom. You could use one for like a party room for everyone to dance and yeah. There's a lot of rooms. It's 6,000 square feet, guys, this house. So something like this would be a very good, it's a starter home price. Look at that. You got like the full-blown wainscoting around the walls. Every room's got a different color. Oh, you got powder rooms, sanitation rooms. You got all kinds of different rooms for everything. Big backyard. You could even, like, this is my style of house. 6,120 square feet, $287,000, 6 bedrooms, 4 bath, and it's in Louisiana. That's something I'd like in the South, and something I could grow tobacco and some other little stuff and just enjoy life, you know what I'm saying? So it's comical when they raise minimum wage 50 cents, but the value of a house goes up by 500K. Yeah. Woo! All right, what else we got? Yeah, these southern style homes, that's the way to go nowadays, people. I'm telling you, man. Under 300 grand gets you something really nice. See, if there's a guy in the comments there, Gary Medeiros, he wants something like this. This is what he wants. Something contemporary, something to raise his family. 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,300 square feet. There you go, $239. You could pay that thing off in 10 years in full. Anyways, okay, let's get it. We're shopping too much. Let's get somebody else let's get someone else on the horn. Let's see.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how are you, my brother?
Oh, I'm groovy. How about you?
I'm doing okay. I got someone in the comments saying, Mike, why don't you show us what $1 million gets you? I'm just showing houses for 200 grand. Did you see that plantation?
Oh yeah, no, I'd love a place like that.
But
man.
did you
That'd
see?
be great.
Did you see my dream of how that 6,000 square foot plantation on 3 acres of land? But did you see my dream of like growing some tobacco there and
Oh yeah, no, that would be well, and you can do it there. You've got the climate for it. I mean, ultimately, that's why they grew it there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just throwing that out there because there's like a simple life is what I'm saying. Like a little gardening and a simple life. You don't have to kill yourself paying off $1 million 2-bedroom teardown.
No, you could put a row of peach trees and probably a row of orange trees or something and grow some tobacco. And yeah, there's just all kinds of things you could do, even with 3 acres. There's people with market gardens and they just rotate their crops and, they make good money in a year just with 3-4 acres.
Are you watching this? Can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, I got another plantation, 320 large, 6 bedrooms, 6 baths, $5,920.
Good Lord. Where is that?
I think this is in this is just in Beaumont, Texas, close to Louisiana. Look at this.
Oh man, that's gorgeous. The humidity would be a killer there.
No, it's dry. Texas is dry heat.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah. In Texas it would be. Yeah. Louisiana, I'm thinking more of the Delta.
Yeah.
So if it's on the border, you're on the coast. It's hurricanes, right?
Yeah.
That's your only real hazard there. But I imagine they're hardened against that.
Stained glass windows.
Yeah. No, gorgeous place. I mean,
It's on just under an acre of land.
Sure.
And you're paying $50 per square foot.
That's pretty amazing. That's really amazing. I guess it comes down to it in my mind. It's coming to. I just got to turn this volume off here. To my mind, I guess it comes down to liquidity. Like a $320,000 place in Toronto or Vancouver or some other built-up city in the States, you could probably still move that easily. Something like that is an acquired taste. Mm-hmm. I mean, people seem to be lining up to pay way too much money for housing in those built-up areas. Something like that is definitely better value for the money if that's what you want to do with it. But I could see something like that, someone buying it just to raise the house and subdivide it into 10 lots and try to sell it that way,
like Airbnb and stuff. You could
Airbnb
that place.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I've seen bed and breakfasts around our area that are equally as big and beautiful, and they've got people going in and out all the time. It would be perfect for that, actually.
Okay, let's go to something a little bit more contemporary. Are you watching?
Sure. Yeah, you bet.
Okay, 269, 5 bedrooms, 4 bath, almost 4,000 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah. So you're paying less than, I don't know, what are you paying? The lot size is total almost 6,200 square feet. You're paying $77 per square foot.
That's incredible.
That's more contemporary, like kind of here's the photo of the house. There you go.
Yeah, no, gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I don't know how they pull that out. I mean, down there you have big home construction companies that trade on the New York Stock Exchange. I mean, they're nationwide and they just send crews in and do this stuff all the time. So maybe they can crank those out on an assembly line basis. It just seems incredible to me that they can crank out places like that with that kind of land. And I mean, good Lord, look at that place. It's got palm trees, it's or an artificial lake, or it's on an inlet somewhere.
Okay, let's go with the starter home, family starter home. 197,000. Let me see why it's not opening. 190. Oh, it's giving a street view, but the house looks good in the photo. Let me see if I can find something, a nice family starter home, something that's like within range for a family, something Let me see family. I found right here, right here. Here's a nice starter home for a family.
Okay.
It's not letting me open it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm on a bit of a delay here anyway, it looks like.
275.
Yeah, okay, I'm seeing it here, yeah.
Yeah, it's giving me a hard time. Let me just refresh this here, Zillow. Zillow does this sometimes when you spend too much time on it, shopping for homes. So let's go out of state. Let's go back to Mississippi, because Mississippi, there's some parts of Mississippi that are absolutely gorgeous. Let me see something good close to work. So I'm by the downtown area of Jackson, Mississippi, where there's obviously a lot of, like, you can find employment, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Found one. 310, 5-bedroom, 4-bath, almost 4,000 square feet. Beautiful starter family home right there.
Incredible. Are they, what was I going to say? Do they tell you how many days those have been on the market?
36 days.
36 days. Okay, so those probably turn over fairly quickly at that price too. And I imagine that, like everywhere else, they've gone up a bit over the last few years.
310,000, and this one has a finished attic. You could tell by the roof.
Right. Yeah. Well, those are still reasonable. Like, those should move quickly.
Yeah. And let me see here what else we got. Like, look at that, another beautiful starter family home just outside of Jackson. You could 10-minute drive from Jackson. Look at this thing.
Yeah, I love those colonial style with the dormer windows upstairs and the porch out front. And some of them have a porch all the way around them. They're just perfect.
This one's 318,000, 5-bedroom, 4-bath, and this one is, I think this is a fair price, 318. Great starter family home. You're looking at about $1,600 per month on a 10-year amortization.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. Anything priced like that in Canadian dollars around here will go like hotcakes. I'm not even sure what the new developments are going for around Kamloops.
Oh, everything starts in the mid 800,000s.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's gotten outrageous. Yeah.
Okay, here's the ultimate. Ready, Supreme?
Yeah, you bet.
Perfect family on a budget starter family home, 5 bedrooms, 3-bath. The house is 5,000 square feet, $129,000.
Holy cow! Where's that?
That's in Hattiesburg, Missouri.
In Missouri, is that right? Like, literally in the Midwest.
Yeah, look at it.
For crying out loud, that's amazing.
So a family on a shoestring budget. The husband works at Blockbuster, and the wife works at Sears or something. They could easily pay the $645 a month. That's including property tax.
Oh, of course they could, and you get to write off your interest there anyway.
Yeah.
So that's better yet. Yeah. No, well, I can see why housing has been such a fetish in America. Definitely. Well, it's not just a fetish. Obviously, everybody needs it. It's a commodity, but in terms of it as an investment, I can see why people move as often as they do when you can afford to do that. You don't, like an average middle class income will get you in the door of a place like that.
Yeah, $129,000 isn't that harsh? $645 per month, and that's including property tax.
God, I wish prices were like that around here, man.
Oh, everybody would be living in a castle here.
Yeah,
you work at Kentucky Fried Chicken, and you could pay that off.
Yeah, we'd be living like we did in the early '80s.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to bring to the people, or trying to explain to the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we're getting to a point now where you've got another generation that's come up, and they don't know any different, and they probably don't know or understand that just less than 20 years ago, it was nothing like this. This is bizarre what we have now. Like, literally bizarre.
Yeah,
you can't justify for the incomes that people have around here. You can't justify these prices.
Yeah, everyone's asking me to do $1 million. What $1 million gets you?
Mm-hmm.
There, I mean, it gets you these huge mansions. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Here, there's $1 million. Here we go. Everyone's asking me in the comments. There's $1 million house, Supreme, right there.
I see you scrolling here. We got about a 5-second delay, I think. Just the ones that are under 350 are just flabbergasting to me.
There you go, $1 million house. It's a huge mansion.
Just waiting for it to come up here. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, you're talking. Well, that's ocean view too.
Yeah. So that's what you're getting for $1 million. You're not getting ocean view anything. Here you go. You have an estate here.
Yeah.
The next house is an estate.
A literal estate. Yeah. Yeah. Swimming pool, palm trees, probably a circular driveway. That's crazy.
That's what $1 million gets you.
Yeah. No, that one, it says on the market 554 days.
Yep.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing. That's a pretty rarefied atmosphere. I mean, you're not building those to flip them. Somebody built, some banker or some, guy who owns 5 car dealerships built that, and he wants to downsize now or something. Yeah. Those don't pop up like mushrooms. Those take a while. That's incredible. Look at that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, $1 million gets you $1 million home in the States. $1 million in Canada. I mean, I don't want to go on MLS. I really don't want to go on MLS because it's the most depressing thing.
I agree.
You go on there and you look up $1 million and you get condominium 2-bedroom condos for $1 million.
Yes, it's ridiculous, and people need to get their heads around the idea that prices, number one, do not only go up, but sometimes they go down spectacularly. But number two, that they should not have to pay these kind of prices. It's not like we don't have any room in Canada. You know what I mean? We got 3 million square miles here. There's no reason for this. And the people that live in cities because they've got high-tech jobs or something like that, if you're an engineer, you're using CAD programs, things like that, you can work remotely. There's no reason why you couldn't have an office in a secondary city somewhere and pay half that price. It just makes no sense to me.
No, it makes absolutely no sense. And like our friend urban off-gridding that was on the channel earlier, saying that in Australia it's just nuts with the negative amount of negative equity that you see is just phenomenal.
Oh, people are going to be hurting. They're going to be hurting for a while. And of course, the first thing they're going to do is demand the government do something. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what they're going to do other than printing money out of thin air and handing it to people. They're going to have to let it correct.
Something's going to have to happen very soon. Because right now, you could go to Montgomery, Alabama and buy this house.
Yes.
Full brick home. $218,000, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, almost 3,000 square feet. And
it's ridiculous. It really is. It's like the people that my in-laws at that time lived in Osoyoos, and we used to go over the line to Oroville to buy milk and cheese, and I could even buy lumber from the sawmill that I log for cheaper in Oroville than I could in Osoyoos, just back over the BC line. Everything was some things were a quarter of the price. It's just ridiculous, and that was in the 90s. Like it's only gotten worse since then. Yeah. This is an overpriced and inefficient place to live now. It's not a well-run country. Not really. Not like it used to be.
Here we go. I found you one in Florida, in Lakeland, Florida. $299, 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, 4,000 square feet.
Just the 6 bedrooms thing blows me away. That's amazing. Like around here, the standard was three bedroom. You know what I mean? And you're paying prices 50% more than that. At least 50% more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's outlandish. It really is.
So where do you see things heading? Like, are people gonna start getting broke or what? Busted broke but how are people maintaining this? How are people maintaining these $1 million tear down mortgages and keep it afloat?
Yeah, if it's a question of a bunch of phantom money flooding in from offshore and trying to park in real estate and pricing average Canadians out of the market, I could see some forced sales there, or maybe CMHC or some other, maybe a federal program will just say, okay, well, you obviously can't make these payments and we might have a downturn, so we're going to give you the option of taking a hit on it. Or you can refinance it over maybe 40 years or something like that and get your payments down.
That's what they're doing. They're legalizing the 40-year mortgage, which should be completely illegal. And they're helping. It goes right here. Canadian real estate. Where was it? Where's the article? Liberals mortgage to help first-time home buyers lands in September 2nd. So they're going to start giving money to first-time home buyers that have to pay it back. So they're going to help you cover your down payment. What the hell is that? Do you know what that indicates? A lot of bad things are coming to us. If people that are working, young adults that are working, maybe in a couple that's working full time and they both can't afford to put down anything on a house, we got a lot of problems.
Got a major problem. I think the idea is it's kind of the thin edge of the wedge. Like it gets them into the market at a price point, at, a payment level that they can handle, and they won't necessarily be there for 40 years, but they'll amortize it over 40 years, at least theoretically, so that people can afford. And I think the idea also is they kind of have to do that because they have to maintain that equity. Because you've got, and I've hammered on it, you've hammered on it, everyone's hammered on it. You've got millions of baby boomers in North America they haven't saved enough for retirement. They were counting on that big equity in their homes so they could downsize and throttle back a little bit. And we need those people to retire so that the younger generations can actually move up. Because those ones, as far as I'm concerned, have been sitting on everybody's heads for 15 years longer than they should have. Like there just isn't any progression anymore. I don't see a way around it other than to refinance for longer periods of time, or a black swan comes along, or China institutes capital controls and forces people to dump these properties and get the money back to China. Something like that could crash. I mean, I'd rather see a crash. It would be short-term pain, but long-term gain. Plus, there would be room for equity to start growing again. I mean, it's grown. Trees don't grow to the sky, and neither does home equity.
We got Anthony D in the comments saying, if you have $50,000 in savings and make $70,000 a year, you can't afford to buy anything in Canada. You're stuck renting forever.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Not unless you go here and you buy this. 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, $299.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, maybe. There's no proposed wall on the 49th parallel. Maybe we should just be economic migrants and go to the States. It seems like they're doing a better job of running things there. Mind you, they've got a downturn coming too. They're overdue for one there as well. I mean, we're due for a recession. Dude, it's been 10 years.
Can you see the screen there?
I've got a delay, but it'll be coming up here in a second.
Look at this house, 166. It's got palm trees too.
166 with palm trees. Yeah. Well, you can't have palm trees anywhere in Canada.
That's like 4,000 square feet.
We should have divided the continent north to south instead of east to west. We could have had some of that good weather too.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have done that.
That would have made more sense. Yeah, I mean, the British Empire, they had the guns back then. They could have pulled that off. They got a little lazy as far as I'm concerned, but yeah, that's amazing. That's how it should be. I don't know what the wage level is in a place like that, but obviously if places like that aren't sitting on the market that long, that one's been on Zillow for 131 days. That's not bad.
You know what, to be frank with you, guys like us, we don't care about wages. We go there and do something, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We don't go there for wages. We go there, let's go, let's rock and roll, let's get rolling into what's going on here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you start out, you probably start out living in a closet if you're starting up a business from scratch. If you hopefully you've got a little capital to.
Oh my God! Look at your screen. It's going to come up right now.
Okay.
Oh, almost 5,000 square feet. 5,000 square feet in Macon, Georgia. I've already discussed Macon, Georgia on this channel. $274,000.
For 5,000 square feet.
Did you see that house?
Like a literal mansion, yeah. Yeah, like it seems like there's opportunity there that we just don't have here. We need opportunity here, and it seems like all they want to do is maintain the debt levels we have and just give people a chance for a consolidation loan to like it's enormous place. 3 stories, like at least 3 stories that I can see.
Yeah, well, it's 3 stories of windows, right?
Yeah. I can't imagine why we can't live like that here. Like that should be normal life here. We got all these resources. We've got lots of talented and ambitious people. Even with our tax structure and the kind of overhead that we have just to live in Canada, we should still be able to live like that fairly comfortably. And that's considered a starter home. And that price around here would definitely be a starter home.
So this is 274.5. That's about 340,000 Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
340,000 Canadian, but I mean, you can't buy nothing for under 700,000. A house like this, how much would a house like this be in, let's say, outside of Vancouver? Let's say Abbotsford. Like outside of Vancouver, this type of house, this big.
High six figures minimum, probably low seven.
Like
It depends.
700,000?
Well, no, I would say start
No,
at
I
seven.
think something like this would be like 2.4 million.
Could be, depends on how big a lot it's sitting on
It's
too,
a big
maybe.
lot. Let me see here. It's on
Yeah.
4 acres.
Like the old developments were all half-acre lots and things like that, or or 1 or 2 acre city lots, things like that in the beginning, and you could get those fairly cheap because there weren't a lot of people around, But most people, it seems like they buy things like that. The first thing they do is subdivide it into 6 or 8 lots and then sell those too.
Well,
So
this is on 4 acres.
that's on 4 acres. That's amazing. Yeah, good luck buying 4 acres anywhere. Mind you, the U.S., especially in the deep South, in the Midwest, you've got a lot of flat ground. Here we've got the Lower Mainland. I mean, you've been to Kamloops. You've seen how it's all just kind of growing up over the hills. It's pretty mountainous around here. You don't have a lot of flat ground. They could probably make 100-acre subdivisions there.
Well, if you want to be centralized, look at this. Look at this little thing. Look, 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,300 square feet, smaller, but it's right on Washington Boulevard and in Chicago, Illinois, if you want to be right in the downtown.
Yeah, that's amazing too. I wonder what conditions are like in that part of Chicago. I mean, Chicago itself is still a functioning city. The inner cities of all of these places are getting to be pretty famous for the wrong reasons. But yeah, I've known of people. A guy I used to talk to on Twitter. He lived in a suburb of Detroit. Like the middle of town was a hollowed out husk, but all the suburbs were doing great. Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
Narrow, but there you go. You're downtown. Yeah, I mean, that could be a perfect location. Yeah, it just seems like you've got more choices there. Well, you've got 10 times the population and way more cities over 1 million people there than we have in Canada. So, people, I mean, they seem to cram into the coastlines, but I mean, they've got large cities inland too. Imagine a place like Regina or Saskatoon or somewhere like that, or Winnipeg with a population of 1 or 2 million.
We got
Maybe.
Steve the plumber and Owen in the comment section here saying, Steve is saying, I would literally pay for that house in cash. I mean, a bag full of cash. Look at this one, 296. That's 377,000 Canadian. 5 bedroom, 3 bath, 3,000 square feet. Great sweet home. Look at this. It's beautiful. A massive backyard. It's on a couple of acres of land.
Yeah, like they're just everywhere. And it doesn't seem like they sit on the market that long. Like somebody is coming around with the cash or the financing to buy these places. And up here north of the 49th, we're talking about we'll probably have 50 or 60-year mortgages before too long, just to try to maintain the equity that the real estate has.
Okay, we got a problem here. When you go more than 30 years mortgage, okay, I'm gonna explain to you what I'm trying to say. And then you could tell me what the word is in English because I don't know how to explain it. Okay.
Okay.
The reason why we don't use a fuel type rocket to go to Mars is because we have to carry so much propellant that we're carrying propellant to carry propellant, and we're carrying propellant to carry propellant.
That's right.
Right. Now, when the mortgage goes over 30 years, now you're just carrying the mortgage for the fact of carrying the interest. How does that work? I'm trying to explain. Like, over 30-year mortgage, you're not... What happens? It's something like that, where you're just carrying fuel for basically to carry more fuel, and there's no point.
Well, it's just basically at that point almost an interest-only mortgage, right? Like you're basically paying no principal at all. Is that close?
Exactly. Well, you're just carrying the mortgage for the fact of carrying it for no reason.
Yeah, you're basically renting. I mean, for a 30 plus, over 30-year mortgage, yeah, you might as well be renting because by long before you're in danger of paying that place off, you're probably going to relocate. I mean, who has a job for 30 years in the same place anymore?
Yeah, everything's all contract crap. Ooh, this one's nice. Look, this one looks like a mini castle. It's got that, that steeple and that rounded area with the round roof, and it's got an orange clay roof. 249,000, almost 4,500 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath.
Oh yeah, like a turret or something on it.
Yeah, you could use that to command your downstairs area.
That's right. Defend against the besieging army, and that sounds great.
You could put a few archers up there because you got the whole turret to go around.
Nice, nice. That's right. Yeah, well, you want archers, especially when things get nasty.
Yeah, but Archer's going to cost you like $12 a day, so watch out.
Well, they are, but you pay them in silver. You get good value for the money
Yeah, they
that
don't work
way.
for fiat currency anymore.
No, they don't. You got to pay them in silver, but that's okay. You need your own. You need your own Praetorian Guard after a while, but you'd be able to afford it if you could have paid prices like that for real estate. Yeah, I don't think they understand like the economic security that they're depriving younger generations by trying to keep things levitated the way they are. I imagine they don't care, but it's to me it's like they probably know it. But the trade-off is you've got these two massive waves. You've got the boomers that are retiring. You've got the millennials that are coming up, looking for their place in the sun. You got Gen X in the middle, who's, probably like me and had 6 or 7 careers in their life since high school. And, like the boomers are trying to maintain their prosperity right to the end. And the millennials are saying, well, you need to give us a break so that we have a shot too. Like there's a real disconnect between the generations in the Western world, but definitely in Canada. It's very noticeable here.
Okay, here we go. Starter home on a shoestring budget in Georgia, 157,182, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's jobs around, I mean, most people are going to work for wages. So if the wage level will support that, that's kind of the problem. Like a place like that, the wage level supports
Well, you're
those
not
prices.
far from Atlanta.
Yeah, you're not far from Atlanta. It'd be a bedroom community for Atlanta, basically, and there'd be lots of work there. So, yeah, it's
Dude,
it's,
okay, let's get realistic here. This is like you're paying $390 a month for this place, for this house. You could do this delivering newspapers, dude.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, like you could mow the lawn, your own lawn, and the lawn of everybody else in your neighborhood, and come up with that kind of money. That's what I wonder too. Is why. Like, why are they having so many problems down there? You don't need to make a lot of money to live pretty good in most of America. Maybe it's just the aspirations that people have. They want to continually keep moving up and drive shinier cars and have more toys, or how come people can't be happy with something like that?
I don't know. Here is Corpus Christi, Texas. Lots of work in that area. And Corpus Christi is like number 5 on the grid for job growth. 249,000, 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, almost 4,000 square feet.
Yeah, are there
Are
any
you seeing
equivalent?
this house?
It's coming up. It's on a delay here. I'm looking at a brown one. It's got a 2-car garage with a dormer over the garage. Looks like a suite, and 249.9. Yeah, the colonial style place there.
It's huge.
It is. It's massive. I mean, like 5 bedrooms. Like I can't relate to that at all. I've never lived in anything like that. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, and you can write the mortgage interest off. I think pretty much everywhere in America. Like it makes no sense to me. I don't see how anyone
wow,
could have
it has a
these complaints
servant's
down there.
house in behind.
Oh, perfect.
Look, do you see it here in this? I'll open the image for. There it is.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
It's got an apartment upstairs from the garage.
Well, excellent. Then when
That's it's a separate building.
Right, yeah. When Consuela comes from Guatemala, you can stash her up there and afford to pay her $10 an hour mowing lawns or something too. Yeah, perfect. Because we're all about the love and the compassion, Mike. You know that.
You pay her 10.
God Almighty, look at that place. Yeah, that blows me away. Is there any equivalent place like that in Canada anymore?
I don't think so. I was looking the other day for anything that's 5 bedrooms or bigger, and
Yeah.
everything I found was just over 800,000.
Yeah, no, that's insane. We've been priced right out. Well, I wonder if this foreign money. I mean, obviously, there's foreign money goes into the States too, but I wonder if their rules are a little more stringent because we. Like this 200 billion or whatever it was of laundered money that came into Canada. I mean, it's destroyed us.
Oh, but you know what?
Destroyed
It's
the
kept us
housing
out of a
market.
recession.
Yeah,
The criminals have kept Canada out of a recession.
yeah. I wonder if maybe people in higher places look the other way to permit that to happen, just to keep things levitated a little while longer. They had to have known the effect it would have on younger people and people wanting to start.
All right, so people are complaining in the comments they want something more affordable. Okay, fine. Let's find something more affordable then.
Yeah, let's find out.
All right, okay, we
Let's
found
find
something
something
more
at
affordable. Here we
100.
go. Here we go. Supreme 159, $300 a month, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,500 square feet.
Just wait for it to come up, Mike. Yeah, just the fact that something like that can be had. Yeah, I mean that's a respectable home.
159 large. You could
Yeah.
you could respectively make something like 159,000 in 5 good years.
Definitely. And you're in Florida. Like you're living in Florida.
All right,
Living
fine.
up
Somebody
in
wants.
Florida.
Okay, fine. Here we go. Look at this Victorian style with gable roofing and a complete attic. 7,887 square feet, 7 bathrooms, 7 bedrooms, 4 baths, 114,000.
That's outlandish.
Dude.
That's outlandish. How
And
is that possible?
It's in a secluded area, and every other house is the same style, gigantic house, your neighbors.
7,000 square feet.
7,800.
7,800 square feet for under 150,000 US.
It's 114,000.
Or 114,000, yeah, in Florida.
This is in Union Springs, Alabama. It's actually a very
Oh,
nice
okay.
area, actually.
All right, same latitude basically.
Yeah, but it's a very
Yeah.
nice, look, double door entryway in the front. You got your steeple gable roofing.
Sure.
You got your archways. You got your walkways around the perimeter that is sheltered for rain, so you could sit outside pretty much all year round.
Very nice. Very nice.
Lots of wood carving, crown moldings, gable roofing, finished vaulted ceilings. Beautiful, beautiful fireplace. It looks like it's copper.
Yeah, there'd probably be some copper sheeting on it or something. Yeah,
And it actually
That's
has
incredible.
a skeleton key where it opens every door in the house.
Well, that's really neat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, lots of gables and turrets, places to put archers. Perfect. But Alabama and Mississippi, aren't those areas kind of have a reputation for being kind of economically, well, maybe not backward, but not quite as developed as say the Midwest?
Oh, give me a break.
Yeah.
Again, it's
I mean,
guys
you don't
like
need a lot of
us
money to
move
live
in
in a place
there.
like that. That's right. Yeah. Yeah,
People
we'd
watching
find
the
a
show
way.
in the comment section that watch this show, it's people like us that move into a place like this.
Wow, that's true.
that goes and makes it no matter what. We don't go and depend on somebody else to pay us. We go
Yeah.
there and make it. $114,000. You could get this to $122 a month, dude,
Oh yeah.
on a 30-year.
It's insane. Yeah. Yeah. There's no way. Yeah. You could go pick up pop bottles all day and pay that. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
That's insane. I could see maybe I almost see kind of the point where the more blue dog people down there say, well, we need to bring more people in. Maybe they do because there's a lot of cheap housing sitting empty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe
this-
people just have a fetish and they need to live on the east or the west coast and they just don't care about the rest of the country. I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't know. 7 bedrooms, 4 bath, almost 8,000 square feet, $114,000.
Yeah. Yeah. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous in
There's
a good
the outside look of it. Look at your neighbors. There isn't. Yeah, there it is, right there. It actually looks like House on Haunted Hill the way it looks.
Yeah. In the right light, it could look very sinister, actually, couldn't it?
Yeah, but for 114,000, you'd be laughing your way down to the bank.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think I could put up with the odd haunting. That's some old Confederate ghost wandering around. It'd add a little flavor to the place, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, here
Yeah,
someone's
well, that's
asking for
good to know.
something more contemporary. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Found one here. 149, 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, 4,000 square feet. It's got
Yeah.
hurricane shutters on it for design. It's got a second-story balcony in the front. It's got the White House pillars, the 4 in the front of the entry.
Crazy.
There you go. Oh, right here. I have it open for you, Supreme. That's it right there, buddy. You sit right there, play a banjo, drink some lemonade in the summer, and
Okay.
there's a river on the side there, too.
Wow. It's got a portico on it, like an old plantation house.
Yes. With those rocking chairs, you sit
Yeah.
there.
Look how long it's been on Zillow. How could a place like that be sitting empty? I wonder if there's something about the neighborhood.
But every other house in the area is the same.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe there just isn't a lot of turnover. I mean, maybe it's like Newfoundland. I think the last time anybody actually moved to Newfoundland was like 1740. Doesn't everybody just kind of leave there now?
Okay, let's take a step back.
Okay.
Buddy sells his house and it sells his 3-bedroom, 1-bath bungalow built in 1910 in Vancouver for $2.4 million.
Sure. Yeah, good point.
Moves into this house for $149.
Yeah. And retires on the rest.
That's it?
Comfortably.
But why are people selling these $2 million houses and buying back another $2 million house? That's the scary part.
I have no idea. Maybe it's just the idea that they've achieved a certain level of net worth and they want to maintain it. I can't imagine myself.
Yeah.
That I would automatically do something like that. I would automatically take the money and run.
I would move to one of these cities.
Sure.
Oh, here we go. This is the house from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Oh, sorry. This is the house from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Sorry. 172,000, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, almost 5,000 square feet. If you remember the TV show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, yeah, sure. Just the sizes of these places blows me away. Like around here, 2,200 square feet is considered a good-sized house.
Yeah. My house is almost 5,000 square feet. My upstairs is like 1,700, and my downstairs is like 1,400 square feet.
Yeah, well, your place was built for an old lumber trader or something, wasn't it?
Like lumber broker.
Lumber broker, yeah. It was a fairly quote-unquote upscale part of Merritt, yeah.
No, I wouldn't say my area is not. It's my cul-de-sac is, but once you leave my cul-de-sac, it's kind of average, and then you have to go up to the bench where the more, what you would call it, the Beverly Hills of Merritt.
Right, where the view is, where they can survey their domain from on high. Yeah, these places just with the pillars out front and these porticoed, porches and things like that. That's incredible to me.
I got one here with a booming area for work, Selma, Alabama. Selma, Alabama, Fort Worth, Texas. These cities are on the top 25 cities for employment. Look at this house, 188, 5-bedroom, 5-bath.
What are we doing here, man?
Do you see the house?
Boy, it would be nice not to have to think about Canadian politics anymore, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. I wonder if they'd give us a visa.
Yep. But are you seeing this on your side? Look at the rose.
Yep.
The rose bushes growing up front. Look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Look at that.
Yeah, like wrought iron fence all the way around it from the looks of it, and the gate and entryway, and it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous place. I don't even think they build houses that look like that in Canada anymore, do they? No. No, it looks very Victorian in its architecture. Yeah, I would love a house like that, frankly.
Yeah, but the problem is it's $188,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine people from Toronto. People in Toronto. Yeah, I'm gonna buy my first 1-bedroom condo. I'm a millennial. It's costing me $590 or $660 for that. You could buy 2, 4, 6. You could buy 3 of these houses.
3 of those houses, yeah. You could live in one and probably rent the other 2 out and live very comfortably.
It's 5,000 square feet.
It's 5,000 square feet. Yeah, yeah. It's nuts, and it's nicely done inside. Like they're not chintzy. They've got good stuff in them. Lots of wood. Love the hardwood on the floors and stuff like that. Always like that. Yeah, you can't get stuff like that around here. Well, you can't get stuff like that around here. They don't build houses that look like that.
My favorite Supreme is when they say, "But that's 188 US." Okay, 239 Canadian.
239 Canadian. You know, I'm inclined to think some of them is just pride. They don't want to admit that they got suckered. Because that to me, that's a slam dunk. I mean, sell your place in Vancouver, like you said, $2.4 million. Come and buy something like that, and if you feel so ashamed that you got ripped off for so long of your life, well then, just sit there and plan your return to Canada, and then sell it for 200, and go back and overpay for something in the lower mainland.
Let's look at the video walkthrough. This is the $188,000 house. So we got a video walkthrough, okay?
Okay.
And we're watching the video walkthrough for this house.
Okay. There'll be a slight delay before I see it here, but
That's a nice porch. Look at that wraparound porch.
Place is gorgeous. Nice big garage in the back and a walkway with stones on it. And yeah, man, someone did a lot of work on that place.
It even has a historical plaque on the door.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's an original house. It's been upgraded somewhat. Yeah, okay, it's playing now.
So guys, you're looking at an $188,000 house, and if you're in Canada, it's about 239, 240, and if you're in Australia, it's 256.
It's like walking right into the 19th century, eh?
Mm-hmm. It's 5,000 square feet. Nice view to the back there.
I wonder what the equivalent would have been in, say, 1880 to build a place like that. You'd have to be fairly well-to-do, I think, to own a place like that.
Oh, it's got a second house in the back too, a servant's house.
I saw it look like I assumed it was a garage or something, but yeah.
No, it's a servant's house because back in the South, they have servants' quarters all the time.
Right, yeah. Yeah, you could stay on the property, but you couldn't stay in the main house.
Yeah. Wow. That's incredible. 188. And a lot of people are like, yeah, Mike, it's just, really tough. And, I want to live in Toronto. Well, if you want to live in Toronto, then that's your choice, right? Especially if you're a professional. We're losing all our doctors. And when our one doctor, here we go, moved to Corpus Christi, bought a house for $239.
Yeah.
A guy spoke to him.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and even if the money you were being paid was equivalent to what you're getting in Canada, it's that much more in your pocket and a lot less hassles. I mean, down there, I think doctors spend half their time filling out paperwork, probably similar to here.
Yeah.
Supposedly we have this efficient government system. Efficient and government; those two words don't go together very well. But yeah, there's no economic opportunity. You spend 10 years in school to get a very specialized and important profession, and you can't get the maximum economic benefit from it because they simply will not let prices go to where they should be.
Yeah.
So people wind up leaving, and ultimately that's what needs to happen. You don't have a right to live in Toronto. You don't have a right to live in Vancouver. You don't have a right to live anywhere that you can't afford to live there. And you can march up and down the street and complain or whatever. But the bottom line is even rent controls like they have in places like New York and probably some of the bigger coastal cities. Rent controls just means you've capped the profits that a landlord could make for owning that property, mm-hmm. which is not right either. Like if the market was able to settle at the level it is, well then the prices of homes would be where these younger people after the recession, and it would be deep and sharp, and there wouldn't be a lot of jobs for a little while. They would be able to buy these places. Like this market would clear very quickly, and everybody would have a place.
Okay, here we go. This is on Independence. This is in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
This is. Look at this thing. It's got pillars. It looks like the White House. 199,000, 6 bedrooms, 4 baths.
Yeah, that's the thing. For those kind of prices, and look at all the rooms you get, and bathrooms, and I don't know what. And I don't imagine the taxes are too terrible there.
No, this one's including property tax, $1,100 a month.
Jeez. my double wide in the Caribou cost me $1,100 a month, including pad rent, insurance, and whatever else, just to live in a place. Now that had 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and whatever else, but it was a mobile home, Mike, and I didn't own the land it was sitting on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's amazing.
So someone's saying, Nathan, why don't you answer Nathan's questions? He asked me this a few times. He's saying, Mike, what is the best place to buy in Canada besides small town or large city, medium-sized city in Canada for living and buying? What do you think?
Well, about the only places that I remember when I was a realtor in the mid 2000s where prices were still pretty good was like in southern Alberta or in Saskatchewan, places like that on the prairies. There was a lot of work, but it's not a desirable place to live because of the climate, right? Things like that. And so I think people, given the choice, they won't go there, and that's why the prices are low. Also, the Maritimes, apparently Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. I mean, they're famous for being economic basket cases, but it's like anywhere else. If you've got some ambition, you're not real proud about of where you're working. You go work at a sawmill or a pulp mill or something like that. Housing's affordable there, but they have been economically subdeveloped for a long time.
Red Pill Millennial saying Sudbury and North Bay in Northern Ontario.
Mm-hmm. Probably the further north you go in Ontario. It'd be a little bit different in Alberta because, Edmonton is actually where a capital city should be, square in the middle of the province. So, but the outlying areas are probably still affordable. But there again, you're living in Alberta. You're getting the extremes of weather and but in the spring and summer, they're beautiful. They're just as beautiful in Alberta as it is here, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I got to go back to this house, the one we went to earlier. $114,000, 7 bedrooms, 4 baths, 8,000 square feet. There must be rooms in there you never get to see.
Oh, guaranteed. I mean, unless you have a good-sized family, I mean, you'd never need something like that, which means that you'd be able to find a place probably half that price. If all you needed was a couple of bedrooms, like a one for you and the old lady and a guest room or something like that, or a place for your family to come for reunions and things like that, big events. But there again, it'd be a lot of traveling if your whole family's in Canada and you're living in Alabama or somewhere.
Yeah, I hear someone saying, I'm from Nova Scotia. We don't feel we need to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah, well, that's a good attitude. You're probably a lot. The average person is probably individually on a much sounder financial footing than the people that live in these big cities and live with the illusion of prosperity. Yeah, because that's all it is. It's all it is. They're up to their necks in debt. And if you're going to live in Vancouver with a, $800,000 condo, well, you probably want a leased Audi, you're not really worried about the environment. You're not riding a bike to work.
Yeah.
But this is the thing too, like there's so many of these businesses that could operate remotely, could operate in secondary cities, and just the cost of maintaining office space in these overpriced urban environments, you're also passing the cost of that on to your customers too. I think it would be good business for a lot of major firms, who communicate electronically, to just get the heck out of those places and go somewhere else.
Yeah. The problem with Canadians is we don't have much of a choice because we just don't have much of a choice because we don't have many cities that we could turn to. In Canada, we're stuck. We're stuck in this Canadian prison where it's either BC or Ontario, and then anything in between, it's lacking for work and everything in between.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be that way.
Right.
And when you've got the kind of attacks on the oil industry, and what seems to, I mean, they come in waves in the forestry industry as well. That go through as well. They make things very difficult. Like the 1990s in BC were not spectacular. That everywhere else was booming, but we had 8-9 years of the NDP. Obviously, they weren't responsible for all of it because mining was dead, and we had a softwood lumber tariff, which definitely didn't help the forest industry. So you couldn't lay it all at their feet. Mm-hmm. But you didn't see a lot of confidence come back until they were gone.
Yeah. That's what it is, man. I mean, a lot of people are just completely bought out of the markets. A lot of people are completely in a position where, like here you go. Okay, fine. Oh, yeah, big cities. There's no work. There's no income. Okay, fine. Right here, Las Vegas, Nevada, in a decent area, 185,000, 6 bedrooms, 3 baths.
Yeah, places like that blow me away too. How cheap the housing is there.
So if I can't find a job in Las Vegas, then I shouldn't be on Earth.
Probably not. I think just about, well, obviously you won't do a lot of logging in Las Vegas, so I probably won't find much to do there. But I could go work at a mine too. I've done that.
Okay,
There's
Oregon,
lots of
right?
there. Oregon, yeah.
Yeah, 179,000, 5 bedrooms, 3 baths.
Yeah, and I mean that's a loony liberal left state as well. I mean there's lots of normal people outside of the cities, same as Washington, really same as British Columbia. But yeah, it's still cost effective. You can find things to do and you can afford to live. And if you get any ambition at all, you can live very comfortably.
Okay, people saying, "Oh, you're in these weird cities." Okay, fine. Just outside of Denver, Colorado. There's so many here. Look. 5 bedrooms, 3 baths. It looks like a Victorian home. $111,000. So, I mean,
yeah, like there's just there's no cause for the kind of, I mean, I guess the American version of economic pessimism is different from ours because we're just so tired of it here, and to them it's like a new thing where you can't afford to buy a home, like it's. They really think that it's a right. That's the American dream. But those prices are good. There's nothing wrong with that I see.
I mean, look at this house here, and so there you go in Colorado. I mean, if you can't find a job in Colorado, I mean, everyone's complaining about jobs and wages, but like depending on what you do and what the demand is and what your trade is. What I'm trying to say is, you could get this house right here. This is what I'm trying to say. You could buy this 5 bedroom, 3 bath, almost 5,000 square foot Victorian style brick home right now. I'm showing right now in Texas, working at McDonald's. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah. The idea that there's no opportunity, it's just like, my
That's
God.
opportunity. You work at McDonald's and your wife works, for example, for a insurance company or something, right?
Yeah.
And $691 a month, and that's including property tax. That's very good.
Yeah, that's amazing. Now down there, probably your health premiums are going to be a lot higher.
Right.
So your cost of living might still wind up being similar to what we have here, because there are some things that we don't pay a lot for, like out of our pockets individually, that they do, or if they're smart, they do. Because down there, you don't want to you don't want to have to go to the emergency room with a broken leg, or you won't be able to live in that house for long.
Someone's saying those are proper home prices. Yeah, this is proper. This has been 380 days on Zillow. $691 a month right here.
And we're talking 3,000 to 5,000 square feet. Like, those are mansions up here.
This is 4,432 square feet, 5 bedrooms.
Yeah. Yeah, like you can't get anything like that around here. You could rent, turn a place like that into a duplex. Maybe you could rent one side of it, for that price. Mm-hmm. Or the equivalent in rent or something. Actually, no, it wouldn't. It would be over $1,000 a month.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Guaranteed.
No.
Here,
yeah, you'd be in so much trouble here to afford a place like that.
Yeah, no, it's a real problem. But I think a lot of the grief, that we have here is that people are not open to doing what you've done, or the people that came to your store the other day. I haven't seen the entire video yet, but it sounds like a lot of people are getting the same idea. We're just getting out of here. We're gonna go somewhere else. We'll start over somewhere else.
Yeah, it's time to poop the scoop.
Yeah, that's right.
Or coop the scoop. How does that saying go?
Well, poop or get off the pot or whatever.
Poop the scoop.
Agitate the gravel, strike the pavement. We're just getting out of here. That's all.
Yeah.
We're going somewhere else. Yeah, we've become economic migrants in our own country. But that's the thing. If you can't afford to live in a certain area, you don't have a right to live there. You got to go somewhere else, save your money, make your bundle. And then when prices, when the line between what you can afford and what prices are in that area intersect again, well, then you move back. Mm-hmm. If Mexicans will go to the States and send money home so their families can live, well, you could do something similar here too.
We got somebody saying here, the average income in Red Bluff is $30,000 a year. Redding is $40,000. Okay, so if you're paying $120,000 for that 5-bedroom house, I don't think you're that bad off.
No, it would be terrible.
No, not at all.
No, and if your job had benefits, so that again you didn't have to worry about go into the emergency room or didn't have to worry that much. You should be able to put away $5,000 for a deductible or deductibles, whatever you need to concern yourself with. Yeah, it should be possible for just about anybody to make a go of it. I don't know. I'm just wondering if expectations are, it seems like they grow to the sky even if reality doesn't. Maybe that's part of it.
Yeah, Zombie Apocalypse Gary says people love to bitch here, but rather than make changes, where was that? Make changes and live a more affordable city.
That's right. And that's the thing. If you are able to put some cushion between you and your cost of living, and then you're able to put some money away and to build yourself some real wealth. So, you get to a position where you will be able to live anywhere you want. That needs to happen.
That saying, by the way, is called "flew the coop."
Flew the coop, yeah.
And then we have lots of Canadians buying Florida homes, and back in 2008. And then Ching Chung says, "Yeah, remember your living expenses." Okay, but your living expenses, let's say in Memphis here, grocery shopping is a lot cheaper than in Canada.
Oh yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. So let's go to living expenses. You buy this 5-bedroom house on 3 acres of land. Guess what? For $126,000, guess what? You don't have to pay friggin' strata fees. Some strata fees are $500 to $800 a month.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a kneecapping right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's huge. You have your own land. You've got 5,000 square feet. And as long as there's work within an hour's commute, you're living a good life. It's as good as it gets. And if you don't need 3,000 to 5,000 square feet, there's got to be thousands of homes that we haven't even looked at that are under $100,000. That are 2 or maybe 3 bedroom and a couple of bathrooms and maybe a little parcel lot.
149, 5 bedrooms, 4,000 square feet. This is what I'm talking about, dog. 149 grand.
Yeah, those places are massive by Canadian standards. Like, it's incredible.
And there's not just 3 or 4 of them. We've already looked at 300, 400 houses here.
Yeah. Yeah, just scrolling through the list here on Zillow, yeah.
Look at all the red dots. These are all 5+ bedroom houses from 100 to 200,000.
Isn't that ridiculous? Yeah, it just seems like there's no excuse. I don't know. Maybe people get wanderlust there and they just don't want to stay in the same place for that long. So they buy it and then they want to put it on the market. Maybe they're still in flipping mode. I mean, that's this place I'm looking at here we looked at earlier for 149.5. I mean, that place is massive, but maybe somebody bought it when it was 99.5 and they're just trying to flip it. Maybe prices have actually climbed a lot in those areas. I mean, especially if the wages are $30,000 to $50,000 a year. I mean, it's still not massive. Not what it should be.
I got my daughter here at the door. Hold on.
Okay.
What's up, guys?
My
Anyways,
my
Supreme,
screen's
thanks for
maximized,
coming
so.
on. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet, pal.
I'm gonna, yeah, thanks, buddy. And I'm gonna start turning it out here. Been going for 2 hours now. I'm really tired. And don't forget to join us for Mike in the Night.
I will definitely be there. I see no reason why not. Okay. All right. Take care, everyone. God bless.
Bye. All right, guys. Guys, don't forget to support me on Patreon if you want to donate $1 a month.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi. I got 8 Patreons buying me coffee every month. So if you want to join Patreon, go ahead and just...
Are you buying coffee?
Yeah, buy coffee, yeah.
Are you buying donut too?
Donuts?
Yeah, for me and Daddy. And Daddy, big donut for Mommy and for Daddy and for me.
I'm 5 years old. I'm 5 years old. 3. I'm 5.
You have 5 donuts?
Yeah, I was 5 donuts.
Anyways, guys, thanks for your support. Thanks for contributing to the channel. Thanks for calling in. Don't forget to join me Saturday night for Mike in the Night. I'll be here to serve you guys. Thanks for following me today and trends in the housing market. And everybody give me a like Anthony D is saying. And yeah. Thanks everybody. Thanks, Lord Humongous. We'll probably get Lord Humongous on the show on Saturday for Mike in the Night because of we need to talk about cryptocurrency show this Saturday. Join us.
Dad, open it.
Anyways, have a good night, guys.